Welcome to the Arsenal Stage News, and remember, make subscribe, then continue, enjoy your news. It began as whispers in the Spanish media, a flicker of gossip lost in the heat of summer transfer noise. But now, the story has exploded into the headlines across Europe. Vinicius Jr, Real Madrid's electric Brazilian superstar, is in active negotiations with Arsenal Football Club. The Gunners, hungry for global stardom and silverware, are plotting a move that could shake the entire footballing world. Chapter 1. The whispers that ignited a dream. For years, Arsenal had been climbing back to the top. Under Mikel Arteta, the North London club rediscovered its identity. Beautiful football, youth, ambition, and fight. But after consecutive second-place finishes and a painful UEFA Champions League semi-final exit last season, the club's hierarchy decided that now was the time for something monumental. Vinicius Jr had just helped Real Madrid win another La Liga title, but rumors of unrest behind closed doors persisted. He wanted more than trophies. He wanted to feel like the face of a project. With Kylian Mbappé arriving at Madrid and Endrick waiting in the wings, Vinicius began to consider a new challenge. Arsenal, with their high-octane football and their raising global appeal, offered just that. Edu Gaspar, Arsenal's technical director, quietly flew to Madrid on a mission. There, behind the scenes, preliminary talks with Vinicius's representatives were initiated. Chapter 2. A call from Arteta. Mikel Arteta had never been afraid of dreaming big. After helping to develop the likes of Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard, and Gabriel Martinelli, Arteta now craved a player who could lead the next evolution of Arsenal. Someone world-class, magnetic, fearless. Vinicius received a direct call from the Arsenal boss. Arteta painted a picture of a project with him at its heart, leading the charge in the Premier League and Europe, flanked by Saka and Odegaard, fed by Reece and Zubimendi. Vinicius was captivated by the vision. He didn't commit, but he listened. And that was more than enough. Chapter 3. Behind-the-scenes negotiations with the players' interest confirmed, the next step was the hardest, convincing Real Madrid. Florentino Perez had no intention of losing Vinicius easily. He was still a fan favorite, an elite winger, and a marketing icon. But Real Madrid's eyes were now on Kylian Mbappé as their franchise face. Edu and Arsenal offered a record-breaking package, rumored to be in the region of £120 million, with performance-related add-ons and resale clauses. They also proposed a 5-year contract for Vinicius, making him the highest-paid player in Arsenal history. More importantly, they offered him the number 7 shirt and a guaranteed leadership role on and off the pitch. Madrid hesitated. Vinicius, though, made it clear. If the club couldn't guarantee him being the centerpiece of their future, he was open to starting a new legacy in London. Chapter 4. Fan frenzy and global reactions. The moment Fabrizio Romano tweeted, "Vinicius Jr, open to Arsenal move. Talks ongoing, not at advanced stage yet." The football world erupted. Arsenal fans flooded social media. Charm Vinitu Arsenal trended in 15 countries. Emirates Stadium was lit up in Brazilian colors during one of the pre-season tours. Young fans began buying customized kits with Vini 7 printed on the back, even before the transfer was done. Brazilian legends like Ronaldinho and Gilberto Silva praised the idea. Vinicius at Arsenal would be electric, they said. That team, that coach, and that city, it's a place where he can be a king. Chapter 5. What's next? As of now, negotiations are described as positive but delicate. Real Madrid won't sell cheaply, but they may not be able to stop a player who believes his destiny lies elsewhere. Arsenal, backed by billionaire owner Stan Kroenke's full support, is prepared to break its transfer record again after the £105 million Declan Rice deal. Vinicius Jr is expected to decide before the end of July. His agents are reportedly in London for further talks with Arsenal's board. personal terms have been largely agreed upon. The only hurdle remains the final agreement between clubs.
Another news.
James Maddison, the maestro of creativity, was now an Arsenal player, but not as the classic number 10. No, Mikel Arteta had a vision to transform Maddison into the most dangerous winger in North London, armed with 5,000 characteristics that would redefine the Gunners' attack. From Coventry's academy to Leicester's kingpin, Maddison has always carried a painter's brush at his feet. Now at Arsenal, he's free to let his imagination run riot on the flanks. With 1,000 traits of invention, he ghosts into half spaces, floats between full backs and centre backs, bends passes that split defences open like a master locksmith. Every step he takes unlocks new angles. No look passes, disguised chips, nutmegs that humiliate the best. Hale End graduates gather just to watch him train, jotting down new tricks in battered notebooks. Arteta wanted more chance creation, they say. And Maddison is the playmaker on the wing with the soul of Bergkamp. To play wide at Arsenal, you must be fearless. And Maddison now dances down the touchline like a man possessed. With 1,000 characteristics of dribbling and flair, he slaloms past defenders with a shoulder drop and a burst of pace that leaves fans gasping. His feet are poetry, stepovers, feints, Cruyff turns, back heels, all weapons in his endless arsenal. Fullbacks across the league dread the moment they see the blonde streak pulling wide, receiving a fizzed ball from Odegaard, eyes already locked on goal. Arsenal's DNA demands the ball move like silk, and in Maddison, they have a winger who sees passing lanes others cannot even imagine. He cuts inside, drawing markers, then unleashes that trademark clipped cross to the back post for Saka, Jesus, or Havertz to pounce. His short passes thread tight triangles with Zinchenko and Rice, dizzying pressers into submission. Data analysts catalogue his 1,000 traits of precision, vision, weight, timing, disguise, all traits that make the Emirates faithful rise to their feet with every clever flick. Forget the stereotype of Maddison as just a creator. This new Arsenal winger has sharpened his finishing to a razor's edge. In training, he smashes volleys from the edge of the box, curls free kicks top bins, and crashes in late runs to stab home tap-ins. Arteta counts 500 characteristics of finishing in his new star: composure under pressure, two-footed strikes, late box movement, chip shots, one-on-ones. He's more than a provider. He's a new goal threat to terrorize defenses starved of sleep. At Leicester, some wondered about his defensive work. At Arsenal, there's no room for passengers. Maddison now presses like a man reborn. He races back to double up with White or Tomiyasu, snaps into tackles, wins back possession in the final third. The staff track his sprints with wide eyes. 500 traits of work rate, they call them. Pressing, covering, recovery runs, hunger. He's no luxury player now. He's a warrior in red and white. Titles are won not just with talent but with mentality. And Maddison has returned to London with an iron heart. He knows the weight of expectations, the demands of the Emirates crowd. He thrives on it. He relishes the late moments when a game hangs by a thread. He rallies teammates when they stumble, lifts his chin in the storm. Arteta says Maddison has 500 characteristics of belief. A leader's fire that spreads through the squad like wildfire. Above all else, Maddison's move is about identity. He wears the badge over his heart with pride. He talks of Liam Brady, Pyers, Overmars, artists who turned the wings into canvases of gold.